Hello, my dear students, welcome to our class. Okay, today we are going to see our learning path, Ruta aprendizaje. Okay, let's find out where is possible to find that learning path. Okay, you are in the section course overview and you scroll down. There are different parts in which you can find a lot of documents, content, syllabus, our agenda for our class and our learning path. So you can click on there and we're going to share the information. This is very important for you. Why? Because that is the guideline in order to complete each activity in each module. Please don't forget that we have module number 1, module number 2, and module number 3. Okay. So this is our learning path that is in Spanish, so you can read it, but for our class, for this section, we are going to do it in English, okay? So please don't forget that we have different criteria for evaluating our course. In module number 1, so we have 4 activities for being evaluated. So we have course questionnaire, we have some lessons from 1 to 3, we have the workbook 1, we have the cultural activity, and we have the first exam. Okay, in our module number 2, we have the lessons, we have the workbook, and we have an oral product. Okay, similar to the previous semester. Okay, let's continue with module number 3. In module number 3, we have 3 lessons, we have the workbook, and we have our final exam. So in this learning path, it's possible to find the different steps in order to complete all the activities that we have on our virtual module. So let's begin. Our module number 1 is going to be available from August 1st to October 20th. Okay, so please don't forget those dates because they are very important for your process. Okay, so we have the competence, so we have some learning results in order to take into account what you are able to do in level number 6. Okay, so we have these activities as I told you before. We have the activity 1, course presentation questionnaire. We have 3 lessons. We have number 2, workbook, number 1, cultural activity, and our first exam. Okay, so obviously the first step is to complete our lessons. We have 3 lessons. Lesson 1, 2, and 3, trying and succeeding, be wise and survive, and I've got talent. So please don't forget those dates. Okay, okay, let's continue. After completing your lessons, there are some recommendations and you can see some topics that you are going to check. Okay, so then you are invited to participate in our cultural activity. Okay, and those are the dates. Please don't forget that you are able to complete until October the 20th. Then you need to complete an exam, and these are the dates in order to take into account. Okay, so please don't forget that you need to complete or register similar to the previous semesters. We need to complete the small registration, okay, enrollment. Okay, so here we have a link in order to receive some guides for your process, for your registration. And please don't forget our first exam is going to be available from September the 5th until September the 8th. So we have 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 4 days for completing your exam. Okay, so please don't forget the activities. We have the cultural activity. We have also the workbook that is with those dates, please. The cultural activity, please don't forget. Okay. In module number 2, what do we have? That one is going to be available from September the 2nd to October the 20th. Okay. Module number 2. Then we have 3 activities to take into account. We have lessons, 3 lessons, workbook number 2, and we have our product. Okay, so those lessons are about different topics, and their names are: one, will you do the right thing, crime and punishment, and complaints. Okay, so please don't forget that it's gonna start since September the 2nd. Okay, so here we have the topics that you are gonna check with your professor. You need to complete the workbook. After completing your lessons, then you are going to complete the oral product. Please, that is about your profession, your career. Okay, so we need to complete 5 different steps. Step number 1, you need to take some screenshots in order to include those screenshots on your blog. Okay, step number 2 is to answer each 8 questions and answers. Okay, here we have 8 questions, so we need to complete question and answer in your blog, please. Obviously, we have 9 questions on the step. In this case, step number 3 is to practice with natural reading. Okay, you need to record your video without questions, record, and you need to consolidate information in a document Word, okay, in which you are going to include your academic and personal information and the link to your blog. In your blog, you are going to upload the video, and in that blog, you are going to include the previous steps. Step number one, 3 lessons, 1 screenshot per lesson at least. Second, you need to answer questions and answers. And number 3, you need to practice with natural reader. Okay, that is very important for your process. You need to check in that part. In module number 2, there is a special video for explaining to you how to complete your video. Please don't forget that it's very necessary to understand how to do it. Obviously, you have experience from the previous episode, but that is important and additional information that is created especially for you process. Okay, for your process. Okay. So the final product or the oral product that you need to submit is a blog about your profession and include the previous 8 questions and answers, please. Okay, module number 2, so you don't have an exam. Finally, module number 3, you need to complete all the activities from October 21st to November 15th. Please don't forget that the deadline is November 15th, please. And you need to complete also 3 activities, as you can see on our screen. So activity number 1, you need to include some lessons, 3 lessons, your workbook number 3, and our final exam. Okay, so you need complete some activities. In this case, the emphasis of our module number 3 is on PET preparation. What is a PET? That is a specific international test, examination, in which you are going to be evaluated. But don't forget that is a light, easy version for you. That is, so you are not going to be evaluated, or your speaking or your writing are not going to be evaluated, but your listening and your reading comprehension are going to be evaluated by this exam. So please don't forget to attend the classes that you are going to have in order to understand, because this exam is similar to Saber Pro. Okay, so we have lesson number 1, PET understanding the test, and 2 PET questions and strategies for your exam, and number 3 PET exam practice and the comparison with Saber Pro test. And please don't forget that we have the workbook, similar the deadline, and in module number 3, you need to complete an exam that is going to be available from November 16th to November 20th. Please don't forget that is very important for your process, my dear students, okay? That is a pleasure to be here. Please, with all the energy for completing your level number 6. That is the final step in English for you. Thank you so much. See you.